Hi, everybody. Welcome to Studio Classroom Worldwide. So happy you've joined us today. My name is Steve. Today we celebrate the birthday of New York City's Radio City Music Hall. Radio City was born and built during the Great Depression, and that's something that greatly influenced its purpose and its design. Radio City broke new ground by offering high-quality entertainment at prices ordinary people could afford. And as for its design, Radio City was built to be a symbol of optimism and hope, a place that would elevate and inspire all who walked through its doors. So let's get inspired as we learn about this Palace for the People, Radio City Music Hall, on page 46.
Radio City Music Hall, the largest indoor theater in the world, celebrates 80 years of entertainment. Hollywood once boasted of having more stars than the heavens. Radio City Music Hall could make the same claim. Many, many stars from music and film have appeared on the stage or screen of the theater. The hall in Midtown Manhattan was built by John D. Rockefeller and his partner, Radio Corporation of America. Radio City is the largest, grandest theater in the world. Nothing blocks the audience's view of the stage. Each seat is a great one, all 6,000 of them.
Hello friends, thank you for joining us. My name is Ryan.
And my name is Kayla, and today we are talking about Radio City Music Hall. Now, you might have actually heard of this very famous theater before.
Okay, it is the largest indoor theater in the world.
Whoa! And it's celebrating 80 years of entertainment. Okay, there are outdoor theaters. You might know a theater is a place you go for entertainment. It's a stage and there is a performer. So they have outdoor ones. But Radio City Music Hall is the largest indoor theater in the world. And it's been around a long time.
It's been around, well, for 80 years. We're now celebrating its 80th year in existence. Now, Hollywood once boasted of having more stars than the heavens.
Now, to boast about something means to have and own something that you are extremely proud of, and you speak of your pride that you have these things.
Exactly. So if I have something that is very valuable to me, I can tell everyone about it, then I am boasting about it.
And they definitely can boast in Hollywood. They have so many stars. Well, we have more information on the sentence, so let's visit Liz with Grammar on the Go.
Hi there, friends. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Liz, and it's time for Grammar on the Go. Our history article for the month is about Radio City Music Hall, the world's largest indoor theater. And the writer begins with this sentence. Hollywood once boasted of having more stars than the heavens. That's our grammar tip sentence for today. And today we're going to talk about writing the introduction to an essay or article. Now, our article is about Radio City Music Hall, which is in New York, but why mention Hollywood in the opening sentence? Actually, this is one way to get the audience's attention. Although Radio City Music Hall is the world's largest indoor theater, not everyone in the world knows about it. So rather than just begin with the world's largest indoor theater is found in New York, the writer chooses to begin with something that the audience is more familiar with, Hollywood. People know Hollywood, and Hollywood has something that is in common with Radio City Music Hall. having more stars than the heavens. So, if you ever have to give a speech or write about something that your audience may not be too familiar with, don't just jump straight into the topic. It's easy for your audience to lose interest when they hear about something they aren't familiar with. Instead, try to find something else that shares a similar trait or characteristic, something that your audience will certainly know about, and begin from there. Then you let your audience know that there is something else that is similar, something that they may not know about. By then, your audience will be interested in finding out more about your subject. And that's it for today, and thank you for joining me here. This is Liz signing off. See you next time.
Thank you, Liz. Now, it's interesting to say that Hollywood has more stars than the heavens. Of course, stars here is referring to famous actors and actresses.
Okay, well, they definitely can boast a lot in Hollywood, but Radio City Music Hall could make the same claim.
Oh, wow. Well, a claim is to say something that you believe is true or is a fact.
Okay, so they definitely can claim it, but why?
Well, many, many stars from music and film have appeared on the stage or screen at Radio City Theater.
Okay, so we're saying many, many. We're emphasizing just how so many people have come through. So we're using a double word here to emphasize just the large amount of people.
Exactly. So we're saying here they can say the same thing as Hollywood.
That's right. Now, a lot of them have come through there. They've performed on both the stage and the screen. Wait a minute. Usually theaters have either a stage or a screen. Well, let's take a look at why Radio City Music Hall has both.
Okay, well, the hall in Midtown Manhattan was built by John D. Rockefeller and his partner, Radio Corporation of America.
Okay, so, well, hey, radio. There's the name, Radio City Music Hall, Radio Corporation of America. Well, John D. Rockefeller is one of the richest men in American history, and his family set up a lot in New York. You might recognize the name of the building, the Rockefeller Center.
Exactly. So they set out to build this building in order to entertain people.
Now, set out to do something means they started to, or their goal of building this building was so that people would have a place to be entertained.
Okay, well, Radio City is the largest, grandest theater in the world.
So we know it's the largest, but grandest. Grandest means the most beautiful. There's a lot of design. And being that John D. Rockefeller was involved in this means there was lots of money to make it just incredibly grand.
Exactly. They decided to make it as big as they could and as nice as they could for the people in New York and really the people in America. This is a very famous theater.
Well, I think something that also makes it grand is nothing blocks the audience's view of the stage. Now, friends, if you ever go to a theater, there's usually a second level, and they have pillars so that they hold up that top floor. Well, here, there's no seats blocked by those pillars. Everyone can see.
Exactly. Anyone can see the stage. They can see it well. In fact, every seat is a great seat.
That's right. Each seat is a great one. There's no blocked views. Each seat, all 6,000 of them.
Wow, now that is huge. 6,000 people can enjoy music or a show in this music hall with a great view.
Now, Ryan, usually when you see a show and there's an audience that's very large, the close seats are more expensive because they're good seats, and in the back, it's cheaper because they're not as good. But at Radio City Music Hall, they're all great seats. Doesn't matter. So 6,000 people can enjoy a perfectly amazing show.
So friends, if you want to listen to music or watch a show here, there are plenty of seats available to you, and each one is a good one. We've got more information for you coming up, but first, let's watch this skit.
Welcome to Radio City Music Hall.
Hooray! I want to see some movie stars.
This is the place. We have more stars than the heavens.
That's what Hollywood once boasted.
And Radio City Music Hall can make the same claim.
Really?
Of course, many stars have appeared here. Some on the stage and some on the screen.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yes, Radio City is the largest, grandest theater in the world.
Does it have lots of seats?
Oh, yes, it has 6,000 seats, and each seat is a great one.
Wow, I wonder where I'll sit.
For years, the theater offered a stage show and a movie for one price.
Oh, 2 for 1? I like that.
Now, Radio City is a popular place for concerts, stage shows, and special events.
What's the most popular show?
Radio City Christmas Spectacular. It's part of New York's Christmas tradition.
Oh, that sounds great. I want to buy a ticket for that.
Oops, sorry, it's all sold out.
Sold out?
Yes, 1 million people enjoy that show every season.
Well, don't you have room for 1,000,001? Please, please, please.
Sure, you can go and buy tickets over there.
Hooray! I love Radio City.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. What makes Radio City Hall so great? Well, it's elegant, but not excessive. It's sophisticated, but not glitzy. Yes, even after 80 years, the music hall still has the power to take your breath away. The building is such an architectural masterpiece that one critic stated, Radio City Music Hall needs no performers. Okay, let's pick up the reading at the second paragraph.
Radio City Music Hall. Radio City opened on December 27, 1932, with an impressive stage show. In 1933, the theater switched to a plan that lasted until 1979. It offered a movie and a complete stage show for one price. In 1979, Radio City became a place for popular concerts, stage shows, and special events. Its most popular show, the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, is part of New York's Christmas tradition. The show regularly sells out, as more than 1 million people enjoy it each season. Everyone loves Radio City, both audiences and performers.
Radio City Music Hall can boast having many stars. This famous theater has been open for 80 years. It opened on December 27th of 1932.
It is the largest and most amazing theater in the world with 6,000 seats, and you are guaranteed to have a perfect view.
Ryan, did you see that's December 27th? That's today. It is 80 years today that this theater opened.
Exactly, and they had an impressive stage show.
Now, impressive. Impressive means something you admire or you respect it because it is just so good or important or very special. So if you are an impressive person, that means you are really good at something.
Exactly, and something that is impressive can also be very grand and very big. So they had a huge and very beautiful stage show.
That's right. So that happened in 1932. Then in 1933, the theater switched to a plan that lasted until 1979. Okay, so it started out as like a stage show, but they switched plans. That means they changed to a new idea. And this one actually lasted a very, very long time.
That's right. It lasted, well, almost 40 years in this case, or a little over 40 years. And so they decided to change things up. It offered a movie and a complete stage show for just one price.
Unbelievable. What an incredible setup. You can see a full stage show and watch a full movie all for the price of one.
That's pretty cool. Now, most of you are probably not used to seeing stage shows very often, but you can combine those with a movie to show one large story or two separate stories.
In 1979, Radio City became a place for popular concerts, stage shows, and special events. So we see that they changed their plan in 1933, and then when the new plan came into effect in 1979, it became more and more popular.
Exactly. They had concerts, people were playing music, and they had stage shows where people could act on stage, but they also had special events.
That's right. They definitely have special events that people can enjoy. Now, Radio City Hall is famous for one extremely popular show, and that's the Radio City Christmas Spectacular.
All right, now the word spectacular means very exciting, usually something exciting to look at or very great.
That's right, but here it's being used as a noun. It is a spectacular. That means it's a very big, very impressive event. There's usually a lot that goes on in it, and it's so popular that it's now considered part of New York's Christmas tradition.
Okay, so this was part of Christmas tradition this year as well, and it's usually always part of New York's tradition.
That's right. Now, if you've ever had the opportunity to see this show, it's impressive. I've never had the chance to go to Radio City Music Hall and see it, but you can watch the show on TV and sometimes online as well. And it's incredible. It's so popular.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Kayla, that you can watch it on TV or online because it regularly sells out.
That's right. Now, to sell out, when a show or an event sells out, that means all the tickets to go have been bought. So if you really want to see your favorite band and there's a sign that says sold out, that means there's no more tickets and you won't get to go.
That's right. So if it's sold out, you can't go, and there are more than 1 million people who want to enjoy this event every year.
So it sells out. They do enough shows that over 1 million people will get to see it in this theater, but it still sells out. That's how popular this show is.
Exactly. So every season, every time this show is around, it just sells out immediately. There are so many people that love it.
That's right. Now, part of this show is the Radio City Rockettes. They're very famous, and you can see a picture of them in your magazine. That's them dancing. It's a group of very tall women who are famous for their Christmas dancing.
That's right. You can see them on page 46. Now, everyone loves Radio City, both audiences and the performers.
That's right. Performers like it as well. That's really cool. People enjoy going to see the shows, but people enjoy performing, and that's someone who sings or entertains from the stage.
That's right. A performer is someone who, well, acts or dances something to help people enjoy the show.
Well, friends, if you ever get to New York, make sure you stop by Radio City Music Hall and wish it a happy 80th anniversary. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, but right now, let's visit the chat room.
Excuse me, Brian, can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, a friend of mine sent me this invitation that says it's for a stage show. But many types of shows are held on stages. How am I supposed to know what kind of show it is?
Well, a stage show doesn't just mean any show held on a stage. Plays and concerts are held on stages, but we don't usually call those stage shows. Generally, a stage show will combine singing, dancing, drama, and some other kinds of performances.
Oh, I thought those were called variety shows.
You're right. A variety show is a show with many types of performances. The difference is that a variety show can be performed for a live audience or on TV, but stage shows are always performed live.
I see. So if people record a stage show and broadcast it on TV, is it still a stage show?
Yes, it is, because the real performance was held on a stage.
I see. Well, in that case, a stage show sounds pretty interesting. I think I'll go see it.
Good. And maybe while you're there, Ken, you'll hear some show tunes. Those are songs that were written for musicals but are often performed on their own.
Cool. And speaking of shows, I was wondering if you could explain a saying I've heard. The show must go on?
Sure. I think that saying began with some actors. It meant that when they were performing, even when things went wrong, they had to do their best to put on a good show. Now people use it whenever they have to continue doing something in spite of problems.
I see. Thanks for the explanation, Brian.
You're welcome, and please enjoy the show.
Stage show 字面上是舞台上的表演，但并不是所有在舞台上的演出都能够称为 stage show. Stage show 是指综艺性的舞台表演节目，也可以称为 variety show。差别在于 variety show 通常是在电视上的综艺节目，而 stage show 一定是在舞台上的歌舞表演。今天的课文介绍 Radio City 在1932年12月27日开幕，那上演了一场非常精彩的 stage show 舞台表演节目。另外有一句话 ，The show must go on。什么叫做演出还是要继续？这句话呢，原本是演员说的，在表演的过程当中，有时候会出错，但不能因为错误就停止演出。因此呢，演员会彼此勉励 ，The show must go on。而现在一般用来表示持之以恒，再接再厉。好，我们下次图书馆见。
嗨，大家好，我是Michelle。这篇文章的第一个重点，我们来看 boast 这个动词。boast 在这里是指以拥有什么事物而自豪。例如 Hawaii boasts its white sand beaches and tropical fruits。夏威夷以他们白沙的海滩以及热带水果而自豪。或者是 The bookstore boasts the widest collection of children's literature。这家书店以收藏最丰富的童书而自豪。boast 也指自夸或者是吹嘘。例如 Tom kept boasting about his salary and title。 Tom 一直在吹嘘他的薪水和职位。继续我们看的是 claim 这个字。claim 在这里是当名词，意思是指宣称、声称或主张。例如 I don't believe his claim of being a retired doctor。 我不相信他说自己是一位退休的医生的说法。或者是 The candidate's claim to be an equal rights fighter was soon proved to be false。 这位候选人自称是平等权利的斗士的宣言，很快就被证明是虚假的。最后我们看的是 sell out 这个动词片语。sell out 是指某一个商品卖完。例如 The baseball cards sold out as soon as they were released。 这些棒球卡一发行就卖光了。或者是 The U2 concert tickets sold out within an hour。U2 合唱团演唱会的门票在1个小时内已经全部卖完。And I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Keep up the good work and I'll see you next time.
Radio City Music Hall is the largest, grandest indoor theater in the world. Since it opened 80 years ago, more than 300 million people have entered its doors and enjoyed movies, concerts, and special events like the Grammy and Tony Awards. For its live stage shows, original mechanisms are still used today to send up fountains of water, bring down buckets of rain, and to create rolling fog and clouds. So again, happy 80th birthday to the Radio City Music Hall. Friends, thanks again for studying with us, and as always, have a great day.
Worldwide. At Studio Classroom, you'll find a way to broaden your mind. This class is perfect for me and my vocabulary. Make a friend for life, make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide, your friend for life. Make a friend for life, make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide. Studio Classroom Worldwide.